All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today we're diving into something really cool, the science-backed toolkit from Stanford neuroscientist Dr. Andrew Huberman. We're going to take all that complex brain science and break it down into simple, concrete actions you can actually use. We're talking about upgrading your focus, your sleep, even your stress levels. And you can start, like, right now.
Okay, so the entire Huberman protocol really boils down to this one powerful idea. It's not about trying to think your way into a better mood or a more focused state. No, you have to act your way there. Think of your physical behaviors as the actual levers you can pull to change what's going on inside your body. So here's our game plan. We'll start with what he calls the brain's control panel. Then we'll get into 4 practical toolkits. One for anchoring your day, another for focus, one for managing stress on the fly, and finally, how to use rest to make all these changes stick.
All right, let's kick things off with Section 1, your brain's control panel. The whole idea here is simple. Your behavior is literally how you steer your own biology.
This is such a simple but honestly a profound shift in thinking. If you want to change how you feel, you've got to start by changing what you do. Every single tool we're going to talk about today is built on this exact principle, using your actions to literally trigger a change inside your body.
Okay, on to Section 2, anchoring your day with light. And listen, if you only take one thing away from this entire explainer, please make it this one. This is, without a doubt, the master switch for your body's internal clock.
So the protocol itself is super simple. All you got to do is get some direct sunlight in your eyes within about an hour of waking up. What this does is it triggers a healthy pulse of cortisol. That's the stuff that wakes you up. But what's really cool is that it also starts a timer, like a 16-hour countdown for melatonin, which is what's going to help you sleep later. And that bit about afternoon light? Yeah, think of that like a little booster shot. It helps protect your system from all that artificial light from our screens later at night.
But why is going outside so important? I mean, can't you just look out the window? Well, no. And here's why. The light you get outdoors, even on a super cloudy day, is up to 50 times more powerful for this biological process than what you get inside. Glass windows literally filter out the exact light frequencies your brain needs to set that clock. So yeah, a window just won't cut it. You've got to get outside.
All right, Section 3, the ultimate focus toolkit. You know, a lot of us think of focus as just pure willpower, right? Like you just have to try harder. But it turns out it's actually chemistry. Let's dig into the 3 key ingredients your brain needs to really get into that deep work state.
So you can think of these 3 chemicals as your brain's own little focus team. You've got norepinephrine, that's the jolt, the thing that screams, hey, pay attention to this. Then there's acetylcholine, which is like a spotlight, highlighting exactly what's important for you to learn. And finally, you have dopamine. That's your motivator, the one that gives you the fuel to push through when things get tough.
Okay, get ready for this, because this is a mind-blowing biological hack. Your mental focus literally follows your visual focus. It's crazy. So if you physically narrow your gaze, I mean actually do it, like you're looking through a little tube, you increase your alertness. But if you want to relax and get creative, you do the opposite. You dilate your gaze, take in the whole room. You can literally switch your brain state just by changing how you look at stuff. How cool is that? And this physical connection is so real that it even applies to your environment. It's called the cathedral effect. If you're doing detailed analytical work, being in a space with low ceilings can actually help you focus better. But if you're brainstorming, you want the opposite, a room with high ceilings, or better yet, get outdoors. That encourages that wide panoramic thinking we just talked about, so you can literally match your environment to the task at hand.
Okay, Section 4, real-time stress tools.
So far, we've talked about setting up your day. Now we're shifting to in-the-moment control. These are tools that let you manage your internal state, like right now. And we're going to start with what might be the fastest known way to slam the brakes on stress.
This right here, the physiological sigh, this is your body's emergency brake for stress. And pay attention to that second inhale. It is absolutely crucial. Here's why. It reinflates these tiny little air sacs in your lungs. This lets you blow off the maximum amount of carbon dioxide when you exhale. And getting rid of that CO2 is the signal that tells your brain to calm down. Seriously, just 1 to 3 of these can change your state almost instantly.
So after you've been intensely focused on something, your brain isn't just tired, it's actually primed and ready for change. That's where non-sleep deep rest, or NSDR, comes in. It's an incredibly powerful way to speed up your recovery. Think of it like a guided power down for your brain. It's not just about restoring energy. It helps your brain kickstart the process of locking in everything you just worked so hard to learn.
And this just goes to show you that rest is not passive. It is an active and crucial part of learning. I mean, check this out. Just by taking these tiny 10-second breaks, your brain is replaying what you just learned at up to 20 times the normal speed. That's insane. It proves that so much of the real work actually happens in those little gaps.
And that brings us to our final section. Number 5, rewiring through rest. Okay, this is really where it all comes together. All that intense focus, the learning, the stress management, honestly, none of it becomes permanent without this last super critical step.
Right, this is the big takeaway, so really let this sink in. Sleep isn't just about rest and recovery, it's actually when your brain gets down to business and rebuilds itself. Think of it like this. All that intense focus you do during the day, that's like putting little flags on the circuits that need to be changed. But the actual construction crew, they only come in at night while you're sleeping to make all those changes permanent.
And of course, you can support this whole cycle with what you eat. Nutrition is huge. These here are some of the key building blocks your brain needs for both maintenance and peak performance, like choline. Remember we talked about that spotlight neurotransmitter, acetylcholine? Well, your body makes it from choline. And things like omega-3s are just fundamental for the health of your neurons. The bottom line is, fueling your brain right makes every single one of these other protocols work that much better.
So there you have it. That's the toolkit. Look, the goal here is not to try and do all of this tomorrow. That's not going to work. The real power is in consistency. So just pick one thing. Maybe it's the morning sunlight, or the physiological sigh, maybe a quick 20-minute NSDR session. Just start there and build from it. So I'll leave you with this question. What's the one action you're going to take tomorrow to start taking control of your biology?